Okay guys, welcome to this new tutorial. What I'm going to be walking you through is something really interesting. Okay, so for those of you that are using EXEED AI, you should know by now that EXEED AI is a personal brand assistant, an AI personal brand assistant. So what it does is technically it's helping you building your brand. It's not in the driver's seat. You are in the driver's seat, but it's helping you. And when I say it's not in the driver's seat, it means it doesn't have any automations, right? Nothing is automated. So you're not going to sign into your account and it automatically replies to people or post content on your behalf. That's not what's happening here. This tool is for those that want to grow their brand and build their brands on LinkedIn themselves, but they need an assistant, an AI assistant, a really smart assistant that understands who they are and what they want and their goals from this platform. Okay. So that being said, now EXEED AI has categories of features, right? So it has features in ideation, features in drafting, features in repurposing content made by other people on other platforms, and features in prospecting and features in strategy. Okay. So what I'm going to be doing in this tutorial is I'll walk you through the existing features one by one, and I'll tell you about the features that are coming soon, because some of them are really interesting, and you're gonna like that. If you're someone who tried other tools to manage your brand, you're gonna like, I think, and enjoy the fact that you're in control of the process while having an AI that's assisting you. So let's start with inspiration. Inspiration is technically you add your favorite creators on LinkedIn so that you get inspired by their ideas, right? Of course, what's beautiful is you just hit the comment and it takes you to LinkedIn to the post and you just reply to the comment. So this also helps with engagement, but let's stick to inspiration. You can add as many creators as you want, and every time you joins or every time you signs in to EXEED AI, what's going to happen is you're going to see their latest post, right? You don't need to update them manually. You don't need to anything. You just add the profile link one time, and that's it. That's one. Pretty straightforward, self-explanatory. You're getting inspired by other people. The other one is post ideas. Now, post ideas is based on your niche and role and target audience. It generates 10 post ideas. What it does is find ideas. Now, right now, it's searching for ideas. So here's the good thing. It doesn't just give you an idea, right? It gives you 10 ideas with types of suitable posts, or like, should this idea be a carousel? Should this idea be a design? Should this idea be like text only? So here's what it showed me right now. Healthcare marketing isn't about advertising. It's about building trust and patience through intentional, value-driven strategies that drive real growth. Okay. So it gave me the idea, not just the idea, but also it's an explanation why this idea matters. So it's telling you right now here that hospital leaders need to understand the modern healthcare marketing focus on trust building and patient engagement rather than traditional promotional tactics. So it also tells me that this is good as a text only post, you don't have to do a design. But it's also telling me that this post is an opinion, right? It's opinionated, and versus this idea is practical tips, versus this idea is educational, versus this idea is case study, versus this idea is engagement question, versus this idea is statistics, versus this idea is practical tips, right? So that's the beauty of it. It gives you ideas from different angles, right? Now, that's not it. What it also does is it gives you the link where it got this idea from. Okay. Let's say I like this idea and I want to write a post on LinkedIn about it. What I can do is I can either copy it and paste it somewhere, anywhere, I don't know, depending on like what tool do you use for copywriting. If you're using tools outside of EXEED, but EXEED would be enough for copywriting. So you copy it or you save it to library. Now, if you save it to library, I'm going to explain what a library is later. You could save this idea to library, or you could export a CSV with all the ideas and the links and everything, which is very practical for those that have someone else working on their calendar. You could just export ideas and give them, or you could regenerate the 10 ideas, or like regenerate new ideas. Now, so that's one. let's say I like this idea and I want to write it with AI. You see, so that's now if I click write on AI, it takes me to another feature in drafting, which is copywriting with AI. So here's the beauty of Exceed AI. The way we wired features in Exceed is features are interconnected, right? So yes, they are standalone at the same time. So I can just go right now to drafting. Actually, let's do that right now. I can go to drafting, I can go to Post Copywriter, and I can just give it the post idea and the additional context, and then ask it to write. What it does is, of course, it understands my brand, my personal brand, because my personal brand has been fetched here, again, between two brackets, without having to sign in. I just gave it my LinkedIn URL, fetched the brand, and then I came to drafting, Post Copywriter, gave it a post idea, additional context. Now, this is a standalone feature, right? But at the same time, it's connected to this. So again, back to post ideas, I like this idea. Now I want it to be written with AI. It automatically brought the idea here with the additional context, and it's loading my brand voice right now. But what it does is it's going to return 3 posts that are exactly worded in the same way. Of course, you're going to see right now Arabic content because I do post on LinkedIn in Arabic, so which is something good. So right now what it did is it gave me a post from the idea. Wow, if say you're someone who understands Arabic and you read this, this is exactly how I sound on LinkedIn. Now, let's say I like this. So I like this ready to go post, right? I can either now I can use the other tools. Again, this is how features are interconnected. So I can take this post to the hook generator, or I could take this post to the Post Enricher. So let's take this post, let's say for now, to the Enricher, right? Now, it took me to the Post Enricher, which is, again, a standalone feature, but at the same time, it's connected with the other one, which is Post Copywriter. Now, the post is here, and it's enriching the post with actual live research. What it's doing right now, it's going to return the post to me. And again, sorry for those that are not like understanding the Arabic words here, but you could do French, you could do German, you could do any language, right? What it's gonna do is it's gonna return the post that worded in the same way, but injected with research, injected with stats, injected with facts and statistics, right? And not just that. So here's the post returned with numbers, as you can see, like with numbers and research. And here's the resources. And if you click here, right, research found. So it's going to tell you how. So research findings. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then the citations with the URLs. So you're not again. So right now, if you go and use ChatGPT, let's say for give me some research that supports this post, it's going to return 3 to 4 fake resources or fake citations, links that don't work, websites that don't exist, statistics that were made up. But this is so accurate that you don't have to proofread. But again, proofread if you want, but you don't have to really proofread. Okay. So back to the Post Copywriter. Now I like this. What I want to do is, so I can either just copy it manually and go to hook generated, because I wanna get 10 hooks and then decide from the 10 hooks I want to get the best hook for the post. Or I can go back to Post Copywriter, go back to the post that it was made for me, and do generate 10 different hooks. Now it's automatically here, it's generating the 10 hooks. Okay, I'm going to use the top hook, the hook that I believe that's going to take this post viral, and I'm going to paste it on top of the post. And here you go, I have a ready to go post on it. Now we're just in drafting. I didn't come to repurposing tools or like features and prospecting features and strategy features. I'm going to come to them in a minute or two. I just want to show you how the 10 hooks look. There you go again. Sorry for the Arabic. I could have just fetched another brand who their primary content is English. Would have been easier for the tutorial, but it's fine. You get the idea. 10 generated hooks, bold. It's a bold statement. It's a direct question. It's a story opener. So it's giving me 10 different hooks. Again, I can just copy it and then paste it there, and copy it and go to LinkedIn and post it on LinkedIn. So I have a ready to go post. Okay, That's done. What I do, so I've done a post. Okay, now I have a post. I want to go back to the ideas, to the 10 ideas. What I do is I click on recents, which is something that is really interesting. The ability to go back to recent works, right? To recent logs, rather than just uh, you're using a tool, right? With no like history. No, this history thing is if this, like, to me, this is the main reason. This is the thing that when I used other tools, this is the thing that I really wanted and I couldn't see, which is I need to save my work. Like, I need to be able to get back to where I was, right? It's not that just it's not that I got a post and I need to store it somewhere on Google Docs immediately because I'm afraid that I'm gonna lose the data that I paid for with credits, right? No, that's not the case with EXEEDAI. You can always, even on the free plan, you could always get back to your recent logs. Okay, done. Now back to the ideas. I've got an idea written and like I've did this idea. Now I want to do another idea or a third idea or a fourth idea. You could do that. So you go back from logs, and then you continue working from there. Now moving to repurposing. Repurposing right now, I think in the next couple of days we're going to launch these other features. But for now, we have YouTube to LinkedIn. Of course, we're going to have a LinkedIn post to a LinkedIn newsletter with a click, any blog from the internet to a ready to go LinkedIn post in your own voice. So these are all repurposing tools, okay, of repurposing features. YouTube to LinkedIn is something really interesting. The way it works is you literally give it any like any YouTube video URL, and what it does is it gives you 3 different posts from 3 different angles. So here's the post, here's the video, and the video, right? So technically, let's say you could give it a podcast of like 1 hour plus. With one click, you have 3 posts, each from a different angle, made and written in your own voice, in your own brand voice, without you having to go back to and watch the whole thing, right? And then again, so here's angle 1. That's in Arabic, so just try it with your own language. Here's angle 1, and then here's angle 2, here's angle 3, 3 ready to go posts now. And then I have 3 things here that I can do. I can either copy the post, or I can take it to Enricher again, or I can take it to hooks to get 10 hooks. So these are repurposing tools. More to come, and more interesting tools to come, like more interesting features to come in the next couple of weeks. Now, prospecting is literally this is I think really why would you stay more time or spend more time on Exceed, right? Because this is active. You're actively growing your brand through finding people without having to have a paid subscription on other tools, third-party tools, or even like on LinkedIn. So prospecting, we've got a lead extractor, or find leads from LinkedIn, or find jobs on LinkedIn. Depends on your target from, of course, from building your personal brand. Some people are building their personal brands to get a job, and some people are building their personal brand to get a customer or a lead or a client. So if it's lead extractor, we've got you're 3 ways to extract leads. You're either extracting leads from LinkedIn search or from post comments. So you get for example, let me take a post from for example, let me take this post. I'm going to show you what it's going to do for this post. Copy link to post. This is a post published by Lara Acosta. So I need to get a list of the people that left comments on this post, because I need to get an idea of who are because I need to get an idea of people that are interested in her industry, because her industry is my industry, and people that are leaving comments there are probably potential engagers with me or potential clients. So what I did is I left a comment, and then it gave me of course, it gives you a maximum of 100 comments per post. So you cannot do more than that. But in the near future, we're going to have options that you can select for. You either request for 100 comments, or you can request 1,000 comments, and depending on your request, of course, we deduct credits So now I have a list of 100 people who commented. Of course, it doesn't add the replies, by the way. I tried some other tools, and what they do is they give you the comment and they give you your reply to the comment, or like the creator's reply to the comment. Well, I don't care about the creator's reply to the comment. What I need is I need a lead, and this is why I just need original comments. I don't need the replies to these comments. So what you can do right now is you could export it as a CSV. It gives you the person's name, the person's comment, the person LinkedIn URL, the person headline. Like, it gives you all you need. You can take it from there and start selling, start sending connection requests, start commenting or engaging with these people. So that's really interesting. Now, new extraction. Okay, so that's from Post Comment. You've also got from Sales Navigator. You could either put a URL of a LinkedIn sale, for example, you did a search on LinkedIn, right? Now, LinkedIn doesn't help with downloading CSVs. So what you can do is you can get that URL from Sales Navigator of yours and put it here, okay? And request to get 250 people. Gives you 250 people. You can click download to CSV, and that's it. You have a CSV downloaded with all your potential clients' needs. Of course, you can also use Navigator filters, keyword, job title, company name, location. So that's Lead Extractor. The next one is find LinkedIn jobs. This is something that helps you not just find jobs, but also get cover letters, which are, again, a match from your brand. And like when you request a cover letter for any job posting, you're going to see how it works. It's going to study your experiences, because already EXEEDAI now knows your experiences and your brand on LinkedIn. So it's going to also study the job posting and the company, and then it's going to write a good cover letter for you. I'm not going to spend too much time with that, but let me just show you quickly how it works. Marketing manager. Let's say I'm looking for a marketing manager position in my city, which is Ottawa. And then I just need the last week. Actually, no, I'll do last month. So now it's going to show me, it's going to give me results, right? From each job posting, I can click one tab and it takes me to the application page, or I can get a cover letter in my name prepared and ready based on my LinkedIn profile. I can just take this cover letter and send it, or it can give me a opportunity fit score. So opportunity fit score is what's the percentage? What's the fit score? Is this a fit to who I am and what I want or not? So here's the job description. You could read the job description for each of the jobs found, and of course it keeps searching for more jobs for you. And once it hits 50, you can just scroll down to 50 to the bottom of the page and then hit next, and it's gonna start fetching another 50 jobs for you. Now, marketing manager, Canadian Society for Exercise Physiology. Okay, so I like that. Now it has 66 applicants. It's posted 1 week ago, and I can read again the full job description. I want to know how much of a fit this job is to me. What I do is I just click job fit score, and now it's telling me 55, and it tells me why. So Mohammed is reserved in expertise in common strategies and communication, particularly in digital space. However, he lacks that experience in the specific marketing communication role described, especially regarding brand initiatives in a non-profit context and bilingual requirements. Okay, now let's say I'm going to apply, even though this thing gave me a 55 out of 100. I can ask for a cover letter. What it's going to do, it's going to prepare a cover letter that I can just take and copy and send to the company. In the meantime, I can go and apply. So if you hit apply, it takes you to either their LinkedIn job posting URL. When you hit apply, it's either going to take you to this page where the actual job post is made on LinkedIn, or it's going to take you directly to their website. Now, the cover letter was written, so I just have to fill my address, city, and email. Dear hiring community, I'm writing to express my interest in the manager marketing communication position at the Canadian Society for Exercise Physiology. With a solid background in content strategy and marketing, particularly in the digital space, I'm excited about the opportunity to leverage my experience and as a CEO of EXEED. You could do that any job posting that you like. That's prospecting. Lead Finder, Job Finder. Strategy is a LinkedIn profile evaluator. So let's evaluate my profile. So that so what you do is you just give it the LinkedIn URL. Now I give it my personal LinkedIn profile. It's fetching the profile data, and then it studies my content, and then it gives me a score of how much of a relevance there are between. And then it gives me a score of how relevant my content is to my personal brand, which is something that I like. And then it gives me a score of how much relevant, and then it gives me a score of how relevant my content is to my personal brand, which is something I like because it can show me if I'm on the right direction or not, if my content is on the right direction or not. Because this evaluation is comprehensive, of course, it takes like less than a minute or two, but I'm fine waiting because again, once I have it, I can always visit it from recent, and once I have it, I can download it as a PDF, which is something really interesting. So you download like a couple of pages PDF. You can send it to if you have a team that's handling or managing your account, you can send it to your team, or you can return to it later. So what it does is now it evaluated my account and it gave me a 6 out of 10. And then it tells me why. So profile photo, okay, headline, gives me the comment, it tells me the recommendation, and then the suggested rewrite. About summary, so here's the EXEED recommendations, and then here's the suggested rewrite to your about section. Experiences, recommendations, convert the EXEED digital description into 4 to 6 achievement-focused bullets, and it gives me the actual rewrites. Skills and endorsements, 1. That's not something that I really invest my time on LinkedIn, and that's why it's just giving me 1. Education, content activity, it shows me the recent posts. Then it gives me the recommendations, you see, for my content. Brand content alignment, it was 8 out of 10. So it gives me, again, recommendations. So my content is 80% aligned with my personal brand. Now, I like that. I can download it as a PDF or send it to my library or do a new evaluation. New evaluation, I can also evaluate my company. Now, my library is technically, you want to think of it as a bookmarks for your history. So whenever you liked anything from you want to, because you don't want to, I used this 3 days ago and I want to get back to where I was from that specific post or that specific evaluation. I don't want to go back to my history and then to go back 3 weeks ago. I just save it to my library so I can easily click and access it, right? So for example, this is YouTube to LinkedIn. That's something that I did, I don't know how many days ago. I just clicked it and it took me back there. Same thing, evaluated 3 days ago. Now, dashboard shows me how many credits I used, how many saved items, what's my plan. Yeah, regarding plans, which is how much it costs. Now, plans is, if you go here, manage subscription. So there's a free forever plan, okay, which gives you 10 credits a month. Just to give you a context of how much a credit, or what does a credit mean, 150 credits for the starter should be enough. Should be enough for someone who's using this tool lightly. I mean, someone who's using this tool lightly. 150 credits is already enough for the month. However, some people or you might be among those that want to use it a lot because you have a lot of content, or maybe because you're managing other people's brands. If you're managing other people's brands, or if you're posting heavily, or if you're using it for sales and prospecting or for finding jobs, that's going to cost you credits. And so I don't think the starter would be a good option. You could try it first. You could see if it's good. Of course, the free gives you 10 credits. So the free is just giving you enough to get a sense of the features. Once you liked it, oh yeah, this is something I'd use and it's going to help me. You can go for starter first or pro, depending on. So starter and pro unlocks all features. So for example, in free, you have profile evaluator, but it's limited. So it shows you the scores, but you can't open the expandable cards. But for starter and pro and business, any paid plan unlocks all tools. right? And so the only difference between starter and business, let's say, would be the amount of credits. So for business, you're getting more credits compared to starter and pro. That's it. Thank you, guys. The link to signing up to EXEEDAI is in the description of this video. And if you have any questions, you can always submit a ticket from here, and someone from the team will reach out to you to help you navigate this concern. Or wishing you all the best, guys. Good luck building your personal brands on LinkedIn. And I hope EXEEDAI can actually boost your performance on the platform.